travel to St. John for back-to-back games. Let's see if the Hawks can pull off another impressive victory. They had to claw their way into the game last night. Let's see if they continue their winning ways here. Rangers back in their zone, looking for the stretch pass. High saucer, offside. As Travis tried to catch that in the air as it landed. On the draw here, D-to-D pass. Now up and in as they shoot that one in deep. Hawks trying to knock Van Horsen off the puck. Finally Van Horsen along the boards sends it out front. That's poked away immediately by Cornwood. And here comes our first penalty of the game as Arsenault was all tied up with a stick. And it'll be a booking call on the Rangers. As Van Horsen heads to the box.
And for those of you wondering at home, yes, it is extremely cold in here. Send coffee.
The Hawks will go on their first power play of the game. Last night they had two of them.
Got Sterling Baskin in the nets for the Rangers this morning and Dexter McLaughlin for the Hawks.
Patterson off the draw, that ends up back up to the D. Millier fires a shot, but wide. Gannett catches it on the other side. Millier down along the boards to Fournette. Fournette behind to McPherson, but he's stripped to the puck. And that shot up high, but off the glass.
Off the glass between the benches, was it? Where did that hit?
Gannett overskates that. He goes back and sends it up to Fournette. Fournette across the line. He sends it around hard. Now Millier able to hold it as he gets it over to Gannett. Gannett's got a room. Here's a shot. Baskin finds that and sends that aside. Up to the point again. Millier, Gannett, little back and forth. Shots blocked. Millier's got it caught between his feet. Unable to keep it in. As the Rangers go for a quick change, Millier is going to bring it in himself. And Patterson wasn't ready for the pass as he thought Millier was going to skate that in deep. Great pressure there by the Rangers. And as again, they turn over the puck two times. The Hawks with one player pushing hard. Rangers able to steer this puck down the ice again. They do a great job killing off this penalty. Cormier now skates it out. Finds Boudreau on the side. Boudreau's got some room. Can he turn on the wheels? As he tries to get in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby.
Roofs it.
What a goal.
Short side.
Looking like Teemu Solani out there.
Jeez. That's 2 days in a row here that Boudreau gets the Hawks on the board.
Boudreau showing his wheels today as a couple strides helped him get behind the D as he cut in and goes short side, far down. Rangers send that in deep. McLaughlin back to stop it, but he plays it. Ends up back on the Rangers stick, and the Rangers try to control it down low. Rangers still working it back and forth down low, looking for an outlet as they try to send that out front, but that ends up with the wrong stick, and the Hawks come back the other way. Great support there by Casey as he backs Lobashow up to keep that puck in deep. Now a battle in the corners, flicked up high and over the shoulders of Robinson, but St. Clair's back to pick it up. St. Clair fires it, and it just sneaks out past the D-man. Sent right back in by the Rangers. St. Clair turns and fires that, but that's off the target. Shot tipped, and Dexter able to steer that aside. Rangers get it back up high. D-to-D pass. Lewis trying to feed that through a bunch of bodies, but goes off the first set of shin pads. Robinson for the stretch pass. That goes off Casey's stick as one of the Rangers D were changing up. The Rangers able to flick that in deep. Cadet sends that around the boards. Nice little chip pass here. As Cornette Patterson works his way, and he's got another man, but he gets stick checked in the hands, and they're going to call a penalty on this as well. They'll call a tripping call.
Yeah, Cornette there being walking away from that one. Like to see it.
Well, Rangers getting into some stick problems early as they have their sticks wrapped up all around these Hawks players. They usually do a really good job of staying on that line. I find the St. John teams, they play hard, they got their sticks right up in your hands, but just getting away with what's allowable versus not allowable. But earlier on in this game, they get caught for two here. Millier's got to be careful. He sends it over to Gadet. Gadet tries to feed Fournette, but second attempt by the Rangers, able to clear the zone. Now Millier, under duress, needs some help. So he sends that back down low. Gadet's going to cycle it back up to Fournette. Stretch across pass to Millier as he jumps in the rush. Millier just can't quite get a handle on it. He tries to feed it out front, as he's done a terrific job last night joining in on the rush on the right times. He scored a beauty. Millier again tries to feed that one all the way over to Cormier, but that goes off the shin pads of the Rangers. And they're able to... There's a Rangers player with his hand down on the blade of his stick covering that puck. I'm not sure what the exact call is on that, Tony, but I'm sure you're not allowed to put your hand on the puck in the corner. But
no. Delay a game wouldn't have been too much of a stretch on that one.
I don't mind when the players are being tough on the puck, using their stick to hold it in as much as they can with some skates, but once you get your hand down there, I think you're right. You start getting into the delay a game style calls, but they let that one go. They've already called two on the Rangers.
Yep.
Cormier now over the line. Tries to go through his legs and move his way into the front. Now St. Clair back down to Cormier. He's got some room, but he was all twisted up. That's sent through and wide. And the Rangers able to kill off that power play for the Hawks. Back to 5-on-5. And here's Arsenault now, looking for an option as he tries to find Cormier streaking down the middle. Knocked away by the Rangers. Now stretch pass up. And Martin looks for a big hit. He had a big, thunderous hit last night early. And he was set up there to do some damage, but last second, the Rangers player ain't going to move out of the way. Casey able to get that in deep. Rayfuse back there to pick up the loose puck. Now along the boards, the Rangers able to chip that out, but Robinson able to jump up at the red line and stop forward momentum of the Rangers.
Hello.
Now Rayfuse behind the net. He tries to send it up to Casey. That sneaks by him. The Rangers put it back in deep. They go for a change, but can the Hawks take advantage here? There's a shot right on and clubbed down by Baskin. Well, good start here for your Hawks, as they're able to get a beauty goal by the red-hot Boudreau, as he carries over from last night. Rangers win the draw. They try to go up the boards to their man, but that sneaks by everyone. There's a shot from the point that's knocked down by the Rangers D. A lot of heat on that from Millier. He can really bar down on those shots with the slapper. Millier chips it to McPherson, who hits Cornette Patterson, who tries to move it up quickly to Fournette, but that just hops over his stick. Millier able to pinch in, hold that in as he works it in the corner. Back the other side, Agnew jumps in now to try to hold it in. McPherson applying a little pressure, but eventually the Rangers able to sneak that one out and get an odd man rush here, as Cornette Patterson couldn't quite handle his man, but Dexter's up for the task as he gloves that down immediately. Hawks get thrown out of the draw. See a lot of this year as players being called left and right game after game on both sides. And the Hawks able to pull that one back, but the Rangers go straight through trying to look for a shot. St. Clair gets crushed against the boards, and that puck goes out of play. Now the Rangers player thrown out, as they're being super sticky on players moving on the hash marks. Like to see those linesmen just warn the players and tell them what they're looking for in the games, rather than just constantly throwing them out. Robinson from the point, but Hawks getting a little trouble not getting to the net quick enough after the pass up to the point. Bodies in front of the net were key last night, helping the Hawks score a lot of goals. They'll have to do the same here tonight, or this morning, to continue that success. Cormier able to hold that in. Now he looks for the give and go from Arsenault, but that's knocked away by the Rangers. Rangers able to get to that puck first, but the Hawks still running around trying to get control here. Both teams fighting for possession finally. The Hawks get it. One jumps up high as Dexter got a stick on it, but that hopped up and over his head. Now Cormier behind the net as he tries to work it with Robichaud. Four-man scramble in the corner here as everybody digging at that puck. And finally the fifth man, Cook, comes in, tries to lay a hit on Robichaud. The Rangers looking for the big hits here. We'll see if that's the key. as they seem to be trying to throw a big body hit rather than just pin their player out of play. Here's a chance out front, but he fans on the puck. McLaughlin able to cover it. Hawks jump through here. Here's a two-man chance, but they shoot it, and they had the pass over to Martin. But again, they fire right in the body. It's a chance nonetheless. But on those chances, you got to make the best of them. That one, Baskin easily able to cradle in to his belly. Well, the Rangers come back the other way, but they're knocked away. And the Hawks. Martin able to chip that in. And now back and forth, Robinson decides to get that in deep. Hawks go for a change. McPherson. He's going to angle his man. He forces a bad pass, but it's picked up by Travis on the other side. Travis tries to go through everybody. That doesn't work. Now back up at the line. D pass is off the mark. Fournette unable to take advantage of it, but he sends it over to McPherson this time, as McPherson's going to get the line, throw that in on net. That takes a hop at the goalie, so he had to be careful. Now St. Clair gets tipped up high, and Baskin will glove that down over the net. Hawks able to win the draw, D-to-D pass. And Robinson was under duress, so he had to chip that in deep. Now, along the boards, Robinson able to get a stick on that. St. Clair comes to pick up the loose puck. And now Fournette, as he heads across the line, he throws in a sharp angle shot. Oh! And Cornette Patterson was buried down. Oh! Shot from the point, tipped. Lots of bodies in front. And the Hawks able to capitalize by getting people in front of that goaltender.
You mentioned it yesterday, Jamie. Practicing that a lot, going to the front of the net, working on tips. We just saw the fruits of that labor.
Nice little give and go here as Cormier tries to send it over to Boudreau. Boudreau ran out of real estate. He tried to fire that from a sharp angle, did all he could. As that was a great little play. If that puck would have been on the stick a little bit in front of Boudreau, he might have been able to have a couple options. Boudreau now tries to center that out front. But Cormier was moving to the right. Back down low, Arsenault goes. Boudreau's back there to try to chip it back to Cormier. Cormier tries to feed that out front to Arsenault. Arsenault tried to get a stick on it, but they're all wrapped up. And now Patrice throws a little shot through everybody. Steered aside by Baskin. Now along the boards, Boudreau, Cormier, and Arsenault. Back up to the point. Nobody in front this time, though. Kicked away by the Rangers player. Looking for a stretch pass here. More of a Hail Mary as they send that up high, looking for the streaking Ranger player. Now behind the net, they try to find Arsenault, but that goes off a bunch of bodies, and Basket able to find the loose puck. So the Hawks looking to go from down low to in front of the net as they work for that centering pass a few times there. Rangers able to win the draw. Robichaud tries to apply a little pressure. They cough it right back up, the Rangers, and sent right back in. The Hawks do. Now the Hawks looking good as they apply double pressure from both sides there, and here comes another on the other side. Rangers unable to make that pass. There's a chance for the Rangers if Van Horsen can pick up that loose puck, but he's just unable to stabilize himself, and that puck goes way up high and out of play. Well, the Hawks doing a great job supporting each other today, kind of like the Caps did yesterday, that first period. That was the best looking Caps team I've seen all year. I know the score was 6-2, but we've played them in a bunch of games this year where we sort of had our way pretty easily. But they put on a show that was pretty impressive up until the third period where it sort of got away. Hawks just able to capitalize on their chances a few more times. Put the game out of reach. But the Hawks have coming out fired on all cylinders here. Great forecheck. And now they work it in the corner. They try to steer it all the way around the other side. Rangers player comes in to try to hold it in. And now behind the net. The Rangers trying to regroup. Rangers D are just pinching in left and right, so great chances here for the Hawks if they have a heads-up play. Nice play by Baskin to try to move that up quickly, but everybody pounces on Travis immediately. Pass up to McPherson by Cornette Patterson. And again, Kosovoom trying to lay out the Hawks players, almost trying to overhit rather than just make the play and get back into position. As the Rangers just trying to force a little too much early here in the early going.
Rangers trying to ice it unsuccessfully here. We'll show them how it's done.
Rangers trying to get a little too cute with the puck, making some passes, but because the Hawks are pressuring them, they're just off the mark a little too much. So great job in the early going by your Hawks players. There's a shot from the far side, blocked down. Hawks able to pick up the loose puck behind the net. And Fournette, McPherson coming back the other way, and that's just offside. Well, it's the early moments, but at ice level, you can see the tension between the two teams as they don't seem to like each other. They're both sitting 1 and 2 in the standings so far this year. You can tell that there's a little bit of a rivalry brewing up here as both teams want to get the better of each other. That's knocked in by Cormier. Boudreau's there to pick it up on the other side. Now Cormier finds Gadet, who moves in. Nice shot there as Baskin had to be sharp. Now from behind the net, the Hawks players just swarming on the Rangers, not allowing them to have any time. The complete opposite of the first period of yesterday as the Hawks taking control here. Hawks players there, D-man backed up a little bit too easily there as the players weren't even moving quick, but they gave him a good look there for that last shot that Dex tried to be sharp on. Cormier now 1-on-1. Can Cormier get through? There's He's knocked away. Now St. Clair forces an offside as he comes up for the hit, slows down his Rangers player. Nice win there by Rayfuse on the draw. And Robichaud tries to enter the zone, but they're offside. Rangers able to win that draw. They get across the line and send it in, but it's an icing. They were about a foot too far away from the red line, and the linesman there's a nice win by the Hawks as they send that one. Basket never seen it to the last second as it was going to the right of them. That shot from out. Robinson laces that right on net. Stretch pass is knocked away by Rayfuse. Now the Hawks in deep. Robichaud trying to keep it that way. Oh, and Rayfuse was coming across for Travis. He didn't miss by much, but he causes a turnover, and the Hawks just making nicer passes here earlier. As that one's knocked in, they're going to call that an icing. We'll slow things down. 1:09 to go here in the first. Your Hawks up 2-0. As they have come out flying and profiling. Rangers are one of the highest scoring teams in the league. They are the highest scoring team in the league. Every game but one, they've scored at least 4 goals. So expect them to not be done here as they get a chance here in the slot, but it hops off the stick of Travis. Try to move it up to the point. Kosovo now just turns around and fires it in deep. Owen sneaks across to the other side. The pass to Fernette's off his stick. As the Rangers and Fernette gets the penalty, but the funny thing is that puck went off the net and it would have been an icing. So that wouldn't even been a call if they would have blew the whistle. All the Rangers coaches were yelling, icing, icing, as Baskin stayed true to his post and let that one hit off the side of the net, which would have been an icing. But the play continued and Fernette ends up in the box. So I think they're a little bit happier on that one that the linesman missed that one. Big hit in the corner.
Unanswered prayers.
Rangers try to send that one cross ice, but goes off a skate. Now Lewis over to Kosovo. Kosovo looking to fire, and that gets deflected wide. Now sent out front. Another chance sent wide as Van Horsen was all alone. So you can see the Rangers leaving the ice. They're just frustrated as the Hawks did a great job here in the first period. We'll take a 10-minute break as they flood the ice, and we'll see if the Hawks can continue their winning ways here in the second. we're back for the start of the second period. Hawks will start on the penalty kill as Fournette is called for tripping late in the first. Rangers from behind their net, looking for that stretch pass, excuse me. And he gets it as soon as he enters the line. The Hawks are all over him. Rangers again with a large stretch pass. Two Hawks player come down on him and he's forced to get that in deep. Now the Hawks able to knock that away and send that down the ice. So again here, you see the Rangers doing these large stretch passes when they have room to skate it in like this. But the Hawks doing a great job keeping them on the boards. And now they fight along the side of the boards near the blue line. And the Hawks able to fire it the length of the way. McPherson doing a job like he always does, tries to send that out front, and another go, like Boom there, Tony. You seen him just try to demolish his player when he was literally not the play to make there. I think he was a little upset that McPherson stripped the puck away from him. There's another giveaway as the Hawks again being all over the Rangers like white on rice here early. There's a shot in the slot. Oh, deflected high and out of play as McPherson was right there on the doorstep. Kick that one off the faceoff, goes right up to Robinson. Robinson gets it in deep, now the Hawks in the corner. Up to St. Clair. St. Clair tries to throw that towards the net, takes a skate redirect. Heads over to the other side. Fournette looking for a call, but he just tripped over the heel of one of the Rangers players. Now the Rangers fire one right in. McLaughlin able to make a good save there. Those ones can be a little tough, Tony, as the player starts crossing over in the middle. Dexter stood tall. Made that one look easy. Off the draw, the Rangers take it right into the corner. Now behind the net, they try to center it for one time, and Dexter stood tall there as he makes his best save of the game. Another chance from behind the net, one-timer. Dexter, I believe, trying to challenge that the net was off. But the ref is not listening, as it may have been pushed off as he was moving out front.
Yeah, it sealed off the bottom of the net nicely on the first one, but came around the other side.
Well, that's a typical Rangers goal right there. Last time we were up here in the 5-4 win, the Hawks were up by a couple goals early as well, and the Rangers just clawed their way back by taking advantage of the couple of opportunities they do get. Seems to spark a little life here as the Rangers players seem to be a little bit more energized, but that's an icing. Like I mentioned before, every one of the games that the Hawks have played against the Rangers have been one-goal games, other than one. The Hawks have been blown out, or what we would call their biggest blowouts of the year. 4-1 loss to the Rangers and a 4-1 loss to the Flyers. the Rangers are the only team they haven't been able to win by more than 1 goal. So we'll find out how this one shapes up as the Rangers fire that one wide from point. Now the Rangers working it down low. That hops over their stick. But a 1-on-3 there, the Rangers come out with the puck. Second Ranger player down there, 4-man scramble. Gaudette works his way from in front of the net to behind as he tries to get in on that. Now Boudreau across the line, and there's a chance for the Rangers just to make a simple play, and they try to drive Boudreau to the boards, but just interesting the way we're seeing them try to play the body rather than just make a simple play. They're trying to make big hits, maybe try to energize their team. I'm not sure, but take what's in front of you. Either way, we got a game going on, 2-1. Rangers able to win the draw, back to the point. That sneaks away though. Now deep in the corner, another big hit. Behind the net as Hawks player is slow to get up, that's Robichaud. He's limping himself away. He's really shooken up. Osseboom leaves it. And they look for the one-timer play on the other side. And the Rangers have come to life here looking for the pass, but good job by Richard to intercept that one. Richard flicks that up out of the way. And there's another play again. There's another play. You've seen 2 Rangers just coming down trying to take McPherson's head off. Both of them overskate the puck, and where's the puck now? Deep in their zone. McPherson now. Sorry, Fournette. That one sneaks away from McPherson, but McPherson looking all alone out front. Can they find him? Not soon enough. As the Hawks get caught sleeping. As Travis over there on Fournette trying to push on his hips and make him lose balance. That's what I was talking about in the first period, how these Rangers players play with their sticks and really try to take advantage and can put you in some awkward situations. The net is knocked off the moorings a little bit. You can see the referee in the back trying to fix the net. Claire knocks that in. Rangers skate. And they're offside, and here's St. Clair stepping up, and again, Rangers players don't like it. We've been talking about this earlier. A little bit of frustration mounting on the ice between both teams as player gets thrown out. And Orson picks up the loose puck off the draw. In deep, Rangers come on at one-timer, and that goes wide. Robinson moves that up. They try to chip it over to Arsenault. Now the Rangers walk in, quick shot, Dexter the save, rebound, jumps over the stick, loose in the slot here, Hawks pick it up. And Robinson moves in, shoots one towards the net, that's gloved down. Baskin doesn't even take a look around, he just wants a whistle. That's what he'll get. now at the line, try to chip that in, but the Hawks able to gain control right away. Zagnew drops it to his partner, up to Cormier, and he can't cradle that one, and that'll be nice. Rangers win the draw. And they walk in from the side, and Dexter makes a lovely save. But again, Tony, we talk about the draw wins all the time. There's a simple draw win. The puck is passed right down low. They walk into the slot and get a great opportunity just from the draw itself. And you give another team an extra 5 to 6 chances a game to have possession. They might just capitalize on one of them, and that could be the difference between a win or a loss. Another win by the Rangers, but this time they can't control it, and the Hawks try for an odd man break, but it goes right back the other way. Rangers throw that one from a sharp angle. There's a rebound. There's another shot from the point. Lots of traffic in front, deflects wide. And just like yesterday, we got a game going on here in this second period as the Rangers have turned up the dial. The Rangers come looking for a big hit again behind the net. That's offside. Rayfuse and Duplessis getting involved with some actions too behind the play. Hawks able to win this draw. And stripped away of the puck here. Finally, a loose exchange behind the net. Fournette, Patterson, and Fournette try to battle for possession. McPherson comes flying in. He tries to hit his man, but he just misses. Fournette gets picked behind the net. The Rangers able to skate that one out, but they missed their passing attempt. And here come the Hawks. It's a 4-on-1. Can they make something happen? No. Right in the breadbasket. And there's a glorious opportunity again. Taken away by Basket as both. That last 2-on-1 in the first period by Robichaud and Millier this time were both right in the stomach of the goaltender, which doesn't allow for any rebounds. And a goaltender, I'll tell you, Tony, will take that 100% of the time, every time. Now behind the net. It didn't look like much, but Richard was taken down as the player had his stick wrapped around him and grabbed his arm on the other side, but the ref elects to allow that to go. Finally, the Hawks able to skate it out of their own zone as they fight for it at the line. Comes Fournette. Fournette's got a lane to try to pass it. Oh, a little tip. Fournette Patterson tries to jump in. He overskates the puck and the Rangers come back the other way. That's offside as both teams just looking for a chance, but both teams clogging it up pretty good. It's a back and forth affair. Who's going to break first?
Next goal is going to be big, Jamie.
Rangers win the draw. And Orson along the boards. There's a chance there, Tony, where you got a leading goal scorer fumbling the puck right at center ice and you have a chance to hit him and you elect to not. I don't like that play. You got to be hard on the players who are good. Let them know they're in a battle. And Moncton allowed him to have a freebie there.
They've turned on some of the heaters here.
Rangers win the draw. They get it to the point. Hawks able to strip it away. Another odd man rush. And this time it's blocked as Boudreau can't get a shot on net. And now the Rangers come back the other way. And they send that puck over and they score. That's what happens when you don't capitalize on one end and you're able to capitalize with a nice pass on the other. And the Hawks fail on a couple great chances in the first and two in the second. And the Rangers able to capitalize on theirs. And that's why they're the highest scoring team in the league right there. Because plays like that, they don't miss very much when they have their opportunities. Behind the net, Baskin plays it. Rangers try a little chip play. And that goes up and into the gloves of the players of the Rangers bench, so that's blown in. It's all about opportunities. We were talking about it earlier with face-offs. If you can create a couple more opportunities a game, you only need to cash in on maybe one of them, and that could be the difference. And it's the same thing with odd man rushes. You're only going to get so many in a game. What do you do with those chances? Other than that, it's usually muck hockey back and forth, trying to do the ABCs we talk about all the time, getting people in front of the net and hope it goes your way. But when you do get the odd man rushes or the very, very good looks, you got to capitalize on them because they don't come by too often. Oh. Cadet now behind his net. Rayfuse tries to chip it over to Casey. That was close. That would have been a great play. But here come the Rangers on an odd man rush, looking for scraps, rebound. And no, Dexter able to find that rebound and sprawl out like a snow angel, and he kicks that away. He's had that's a high stick. But touched by the Hawks, so it's negated. Cadet tries to work his way around. He gets high sticked in the head as the tomahawk chop came down. I'm sure it might have broken one of the strap buckles on his helmet. You can hear it from up here. As Bohannon will go to the box for head contact. Yesterday I talked about how sometimes being physical, you just need to get in front of your guy, bump them up, just let them know you're there. It doesn't have to be a thunderous hit, but it seems like the Rangers, everything they're doing is an extreme case today as far as their hits or their hooks. And if they could settle that down just a little bit, there's a great shot from the point by Ilya. If they could settle that down just a little bit, play a little smarter, they might find that they'll get themselves a couple more chances here in this game. McPherson behind the net. He's got Cornette Patterson there. Sends it up to Richard. Over to Millier. Millier tries to find Cornette Patterson, but he wasn't ready for the pass at all. And that sneaks away, and out is McLaughlin. Great job there by Millier with the shake and bake move. He's got some room to skate. He fires it in hard all the way around. It's left by Boudreau, right down to Boudreau. Boudreau's got a chance to walk in, but he gives it to Millier, quick shot. And I don't know if that went off the goalie or not and wide, but That was a great looking chance by the Hawks. Richard from the point sends it down low. Arsenault behind the net. Up to Richard. Richard walks to the middle, sends it over to Millier. Millier tries to get it over to Arsenault. Arsenault takes a quick shot, but it's blocked by the Rangers, and they're able to knock it down the ice and go for a change. Now Boudreau crosses over. You can see the stick up in his hands as they're able to knock that puck off his hands, and here comes Arsenault back checking on Hall to hold him off. St. Clair with a pass across the ice to Cormier. Cormier retreats back up to Cadet. Cadet doesn't see Bohannon coming in from behind the play. And he gets the puck in play, but he's caught down low. He's going to have to go for a change as they're going to have too many D on the ice here. And the Hawks unable to take advantage of that. Nice little play by the Rangers, just unable to cradle it and finish it off. But here's Cormier trying to jump in, but great last-minute effort by the Rangers to knock his stick up for a half a second to not allow him to make a nice pass. Cormier behind the net. Unable to clear that or make his pass, and now the Rangers are going to be able to keep this puck down low. Look for a centering pass, but that goes up high. There's another shot blocked down, and it lands right in front of McLaughlin, and he'll smother it immediately. Well, if you thought this game was going to be out of hand there early after the first, the Rangers have found a way to claw right back in it. We're back to square one in a tie game. Rangers trying to look for it in the slot, but Moncton pounces on it. Millier fires it in deep. That goes by everybody. Now around the other side, here comes Dreyfus. Rangers able to skate it across the way. Millier moves it up. Now Martin, as he comes across the line, tries to get a shot away. That goes off the stick and over the net. Millier able to knock that back in. The Rangers come up with it and put it off the glass and out. Robichaud knocks it right back in. Baskin can't stop it behind the net. Millier catches it on the other side. He puts it down low. Cornette Patterson chips it over to Casey. Casey behind the net. Casey, Cornette Patterson, four-man scramble behind the net there. And now caught up in the skates, but picked up by Cornette Patterson. Can he keep it in? Oh, big shot to the head by Cook as he goes swinging at Cornette Patterson. And now the Hawks moving in. Quick shot. Oh, what a rifle for net. Fires a beauty. Glove side high.
Yeah, walked right in off the half board and put that one away.
Hawks able to find the back of the net and go up again. After the Rangers were able to claw their way back. Here's the Hawks now again pressing down low. Rangers backhand shot to Cornette Patterson as he's down low. Now Richard, our mini Paul Coffey, he skates so nice. Very elusive player. There's a chance for Abel Agnew to, oh, picked up in front by Travis as Van Horsen was in the corner, and Agnew tried to rub him out, but he was able to move that puck out front just like that. We're back tied at 3. And again, we've seen this last time we were in this barn. The Hawks have a hard time finding open Rangers players in front of the net. They're not just shots from the point or shots from the slot. The Rangers do a great job moving the puck from behind the net to the slot area or east to west, finding those open players, and they continue to do it this game as well. Cormier with a quick shot. Baskin up for the task. Rangers come up with the puck after the draw here. They send it behind the net. And around the boards, but picked up. Oh, here come the Rangers. Hall tries to throw that on net. He didn't try to fire that one too hard. He tries to find him in front of the net as well, but that's picked up by the Hawks. And Cormier comes back over the line, looking to stretch that one across to Boudreau. Cormier now sends that one up high to Millier. Millier down low to Cormier. He leaves it for Arsenault. The Rangers able to skate this one out. Cormier coming hard. As the Rangers not able to make anything happen there, and Arsenault was sprung for a half a second. But the puck got loose. Baskin was able to find it first. Hawks win the draw up to Gadet. Gadet sends it down low. He holds it in again here. Now the Rangers skated in. Gadet gives him a bump. Cormier tries to fire it around, but there was a Rangers player there now behind the net. The Rangers looking to set up one of their north-south plays here. And behind the net as they create a small triangle, but Hawks able to come up with it. Arsenault tries to get it in behind the D-man, but Gadet's going to try to bury that one in. He gets hammered along the boards from behind. It looks like it's going to be a boarding call. As again, Tony, I talked about this again, the only thing stopping the Rangers from being up, maybe they wouldn't have allowed as many goals, or maybe they would have had more opportunities, but when you spend time in the box, it's hard to get your mojo going. And right there, just a hit that was overdone. Instead of just pitting your man against the boards, taking him out of play that way, they elect to try to make the big hit for all the ladies, and he finds himself in the box. Boudreau now trying to get around his man. He does a good job as he stays with it, but loses it as the second man came in. Rangers coming hard here, trying to put on as much pressure as they can, and they get it. They jump in, quick shot, scores! And there's just an easy lost battle. That's why you forecheck your ass off, and it paid off there. A short-handed goal, as all the Hawks players thought that was a nonchalant play. The fans on the other side love it. With 17.3 seconds to go, with the Hawks on the power play, they find themselves down for the first time, 4-3. And I said this before, and I'll say it again. The Rangers have scored 4 goals in every single one of their games, except for one. And they continue to do it again. And another odd man break. Can they feed it over? The man was all alone again, Tony. Nobody, just back checking here. They're not taking this serious enough, these Hawks players. They were all over him the first period. And this second period, they took it for granted, and you mess with the hornet's nest and you get stung. Well, after a crazy second period last game where 5 goals were scored, we just seen the same thing happen this period. We'll take a break here as they go for intermission for our final period coming up.